Hey everyone, Hybrid here. I'm going to give everyone a couple of minutes to start trickling in here, but I'm just going to start with saying I hope everyone has had a good Tuesday. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at so far. Behind me, I have a pretty big pile of packages, and I'm pretty excited to get those open. So hopefully we're just going to linger here for a minute, see if anyone trickles in. But pretty pretty kind of chill average day today. So, hey, Jonah, how are you doing? So, pretty good day so far. I got a pile of boxes. Of course, it's a good day. So, Skywalker Hendricks knows what's going on. What is that? Is that sideshow tape familiar to you? So, yeah, today I got a bunch of packages. Hendricks, you'll actually appreciate this story. They all came through UPS today, which I generally prefer the post office, just normal, plain old USPS. And as I was pulling in my driveway at about 6 today, which was about 5 hours after tracking said they got delivered, there was a guy walking up my driveway with the boxes who lives like 4 doors down. And he said that UPS put them on his porch today. So thankfully, I have good neighbors because yeah, otherwise, one of these very, very expensive boxes would have just been gone forever. And yeah, so that's a good ending to what could have been a very tragic story because it took this box like 10 days to get here. So I just want to yap for another minute, see if we get anyone else trickling in before we start opening up. But hopefully all of y'all are having a good Tuesday, which I don't know how you define a good Tuesday. I guess just a day that didn't go bad. But hopefully anyone here US based is winding up for a good Thanksgiving. So that's coming up. But yeah, we got like 3 people in here. That's enough to start. So I'm going to start with some of the lighter stuff first. I actually have reviews dropping in the next Wednesday and Friday on these, but this has been a week of trying new things for me. And so this week, this video will be going up tomorrow, but I picked up my first DC, like McFarlane DC figure. I'm not big on DC in general, but my one and only and most favorite DC character is Green Lantern. And when I saw this new Hal Jordan figure at Walmart the other day, I just had to do it. And I gotta say, for the $20 price point, I'm really, really satisfied. I mean, there's things on it that, like aren't perfect or anything, but for the price point and what you get, like just the quality is really nice. I actually do like this a lot. Now I know that McFarlane's hit or miss. But yeah, spoiler alert for the review, but the McFarlane Hal Jordan that's coming out right now is not a miss. For the video that's going up on Friday, and this is one that I've kind of been debating getting into a while, a new line. I mean, not new to me. And it all started when Robo posted photos of that damn dragon. I bought my first ever Mythic Legions figure, and these are really cool. This is lore, or this is Baron. I don't know. I don't care about the lore. I saw a Dark Knight is basically what got me in on this, but the articulation on these guys, and apparently this is a rerun. Like this figure, I guess, released in like 2015. The articulation on these guys is like buttery smooth, and they are just super super cool. And you would think with all this big bulky armor that like they might be hindered. There's a couple little things where it's like, like, yeah, the armor just stops the joints at 90 degrees, sure. But like these are really cool. So the Mythic Legions, Jonah, I think they're not quite 7 inches. Because the McFarlane figures rock 7 inches, and he's just a bit taller than him. But if you put him next to a Black Series, he seems tall. I think this is somewhere on that like 6.5 inch range, and it could just be this one. I'm not including the bat on the helmet. I'm just including the to the top of the head. So I think they're pretty close to 6 inch, but I think they're a little bit big. I know that there is a full lore to Mythic Legions if you care to get into it. And I personally don't. Because like the whole back of the box on this guy is like he's like the first pureblood vampire, and I'm like, no, he's not. He's a knight. Like, look at him. He's a knight. And I just want to do a shelf where it's like a little bit of like a dungeon diorama. I'm just gonna 3D print some like pillars and some cobblestone wall pieces. And I just want to get some knights, and I want to get some of those really cool looking skeletons, and I'm just gonna pose them in battle on that one shelf. And that'll just be what that shelf is. That's just kind of all it'll be. Also, just looking at some of our smaller pickups, people have been finding this one at Ross, and I was debating going Ross hunting, and then he was on special on Amazon for $15 for Black Friday, and I was like, you know what, it's worth the $5 to not have to drive to like 5 Rosses. I picked up the Black Series Holocom X Woves. I have a video that I'm working on the Holocom figures because I actually think they're a little bit overhated. I think that people kind of want something that they're not going to do, but if you kind of look at them, from a certain point of view, that they might have something worth appreciating here. So I think they're pretty cool, and I kind of want to complete the set, and this actually finishes wave 1 for me. So I was like, for $15, I'll do it. So I was pretty amped on that. But anyway, we're like 6 minutes in. We can start looking at some of the bigger stuff. So this box is from Nerdzoic. I have been a Nerdzoic fan forever, and so only recently have been picking up from him. But it was just kind of like he was getting stuff after I was finding figures at Walmart and stuff, and it's just how it works out. But this time, it's worked out to where I have gotten a couple of things from him this year. I've been pretty satisfied, and my first order of the year that I made from him, I actually left a comment. There's like a box for comments and you check out. And I was like, hey, I've been watching forever. I'm just glad to finally get an order in with you because I do like supporting the smaller businesses. And he like sent me a letter like in that package, and so I was like, that was really cool. So opening this up, and my invoice this time doesn't have a letter on it. That's okay. I think that was a one and done. Very well packed. I mean, that's kind of like his like main thing is like he's like really big on the packing. And he didn't have to because these are things that like I'm honestly ripping open the boxes and throwing them away. But for real, I do like that. So Max Rebo experience is here. Just wondered if someone would live stream and entertain you. Well, I'll be here for a little bit. We got Commander Cook popping in. What's up, Commander Cook? Hope that everyone is having a chill night. So, what I'm about to pull out is the most desirable 1/12 figure of all time. The GOAT, the number one, the best, the peak Black Series. They'll never do better than this. Even the Ollie's exclusives will never top this. This is the Holocom Osha Anisea from the Acolyte. Look, I'm going to be honest. I like the Acolyte. And as I said a little bit ago, I like the Holocom figures. And I just hadn't picked up anything from this new wave yet. And when Nerdzoic said for a Black Friday special, this one was going to be $13, I was like, you know what? We're doing that. We are doing that. So she comes with everything that the single pack comes with, and then it adds the puck. And yeah, I think it looks as good as any other Holocom figure. I'm pretty happy with that one. And then this is the actual cool one. I have most of this wave on pre-order with Amazon. And this one only just went up for pre-order now. But it is Pirate Captain Brutus from the Skeleton Crew. So I have the kids from Skeleton Crew and Jod on pre-order on Amazon. They went up early under code names, and they were like $20 instead of the $25. So I was like, even if I'm not getting them first, it's worth saving like the $30 to me. So I'm going to hold off until those ship. And it should be like the first week of December. Like we're like a week or two out. But this didn't go up. And it at that point, it has since, but it didn't go up at that point for the $20. So I was like, you know what? I'm ordering from Nerdzoic. He has it in stock. And this guy, it looks really cool. I know this is the one that people are getting the most excited for, just because even if they don't like the show, he'll just fit in like a Cantina diorama. He just comes with all those like space flintlocks. And yeah, he looks really cool. I'm like super amped on this. So, hey, Clone Command, how are you doing? So, hope you are having a good Tuesday. You need a bounty puck for your Holocom X-Wing. That'd be a cool display. It'd light it up nice. I don't know if you were here when I was showing it off, but I had picked up from Amazon the Holocom X Woves. That was one of the first things I showed off. And they had them on sale for $15, but Ross has been getting him for 10. You just have to get lucky and find him at a Ross. So if you have any Rosses in your area, it might be worth going and checking them out. So that would be maybe a hunt worth doing. But the big one. This box is nuts. It weighs about 1,000,001 pounds. And yeah, it's just, there's a lot going on here. So there you go. Now you're going to Ross tomorrow. So let me know if you find it. So that would be cool. I mean, and then you get a blue X Woves figure, and who doesn't want a blue X Woves? But this box with the Sideshow tape all over it, that might be a little bit of a giveaway of what's going on here. But it's something that has been waited for long enough. I'm just going to set this down, because it is too finagly for me to carry at this point. All sorts of packing paper in here. I got a little card about 30 years of Sideshow. So, Clone Command, you've never found anything at Ross? Might have a bad Ross. I've got a few around, and the one in Erie, Pennsylvania sucks. Like, they never get anything. But the one in Menor, Ohio, it's a toss-up. You know, kind of depends on what you're looking for. But I know that people find cool stuff there all the time. 212 Hunter got, he found for me, this was back when the Grogu and the Pram was showing up back in like January, February. He was looking for that for me and I was looking at all my local ones. And none of us ever found that, but he found the Clone Wars Darth Maul. Like, you kind of just don't know what you'll get. And for $5, it was like, yeah, like, just get it. And the box was mint. And now I'm getting it signed by Sam Witwer in like 2 weeks. So it all works out. But the big Sideshow box. So this is a Hot Toys shipper. And the outside doesn't give you a lot of info because it's 1/6 figure TMTA. So yeah, that's not giving a ton of info. So it's a box in a box. Boxception. Let's open this box up. I will say I like the packing from Sideshow. It is packed very well. It's just the whole delivery from UPS that doesn't really work out very well, apparently. But there's a cardboard in the top. And this is not mine. It might end up being mine, though. So there's a little bit of a combination going on here. But this is the Armorer Hot Toy. This was a 2021 Sideshow exclusive, and I was kind of thinking a little bit about it. There was one that I was going to get in order to get a free figure for a promo, and it was just a little bit low for what I needed. And so 212 Hunter said, I kind of want an Armorer, so like just we'll combine our orders. So this is 212 Hunters, but he did tell me that I can review it. So I'm going to review it, and there's already been some expectation of if I fall in love with it, I'm just going to have to order him another one. So we're holding out. But yeah, so we got the Armorer here looking super cool. And yeah, I'm really liking the look of it from the photos. And this one says deluxe set. So this is the good one, the cream of the crop, if you will. This is the one that I paid for. So oh yeah. The Mandalorian and Grogu. This is the deluxe version. Comes with a unmasked Mandalorian head, and it comes with the rack rail from the speeder with all of the bags hanging, and it has like Boba Fett's armor that he just got back from Cobb Vanth that you can like tie up in nets hanging off of the rack. Comes with a little Grogu and a bag, and I think it has. I know it comes with the spear. I think it comes with a dark saber. Like, there's a lot of really cool stuff going on in here, and I'm absolutely geeking on this. Initial impressions, just from having looked in the photos, I think this is like a really cool one to start on for me personally. I know Skywalker Hendricks hooked me up with the 501st clone, and that was fun too. I'm really happy that I started with one in general, but like, I feel like this is a solid entry. Like, if you just want to have one, like, Mando's a good one-man act. So I'm really, really excited about this. This is going to be a lot of fun. This box is heavy. I mean, this is like loaded. So the Boba armor is not able to be put on it. It's just a accessory. As far as I'm aware, I've watched a couple reviews just to kind of know what I'm getting into. And yeah, it's just just pieces. It's not actually like, there's no like strapping or anything. So, and yeah, it's kind of a cumulative second season thing. So it comes with everything that you would have seen in that season. So the Darksaber, the spear, the rack with Boba's armor. And I think the rack with Boba's armor is the deluxe part. But the reason I went for it, because honestly, I don't care about the rack with Boba's armor. I'm not going to display him wearing that. But the deluxe one was on sale and the non-deluxe one wasn't. So it was actually cheaper to get the deluxe one by like $40. And it's like, at that, I'll leave the accessories in the box. I'll just save the $40. And this is the, for those that don't know, there are two versions of the Beskar Mando. One of them, he's just painted silver, and that's cool. It's like, and I thought it looked good. I was going to go for it, but this one is a chromed like paint effect. So it actually like reflects some light off of the armor. So I think that it's the better way to go. The other one was cheaper and admittedly doesn't look bad. I don't mind silver paint as opposed to chrome for the same reason that something like a Black Series 3PO doesn't bother me. Cause it's like, I get that he's shinier in the movies and the shows, but like for the translation of putting him on your shelf, he's going to be reflecting all of your studio lighting and your cabinet lighting. And so like, I could see it going either way. But like, I'm okay with it being the chrome version. I think I'll be happier with that overall, just by nature of having the spear and the Darksaber. So this one is kind of what triggered this. These Hot Toys is doing a month of Black Friday specials, and every week they're picking a new figure to give away for free if you hit a spending threshold. So this one, you had to spend $300 and you got a free figure. The first one this month was the Dark Trooper, and that was tempting, but as soon as I held out for the next one and I saw what it was, I knew I had made the right choice. And that is because this is Tython Boba Fett. So we only see Boba like this for one episode and only for like 5 or 6 minutes of it. But it is such a standout design. This is Boba right after he gets his armor back in season 2 of The Mandalorian. The following episode, he'd repainted it like he has in Book of Boba Fett. But I really love the super scuffed, the paint has been eaten by the Sarlacc acid look. It just looks really, really cool. And I just love everything about this appearance of Boba Fett. I have had discussions with people, and it seems like I'm not the only one that thinks it would have been cooler if Boba had kept this look for the duration of The Mandalorian season 2, and then like repainted before going to like Jabba's palace. Like, you would just think, with how much work they put into this costume, especially like just behind the scenes in production, that they would have wanted it to last more than 5 minutes. But it is what it is, and that's all right. So, something worth noting, and you never know with the sideshow sales, and I kind of wish that like hindsight's 2020. But the thing is with a free figure every week, you can't just like be like, I want to see what next week's deal is. And then if you don't like next week's deal, come back and order this week's. It's gone at the end of that week. So it's like, I'm glad that I got this one. But this week, right now's deal is the deluxe of this, which also comes with boba and the Tuscan robes. And the threshold on that, I think, is $500. And we were like almost there with this. And so I was like, there's a part of me that's like, man, I basically could have almost had a Boba Fett Tuscan for free. And so I mean, that's whatever. Like, it's not like a look that I super care about, but this doesn't come with the unmasked Boba head either. So that kind of would have been the appeal of that, would have been to have those swappable. But this is really cool. And I've got some ideas for how I want to display them. It's definitely going to be, I don't think I'm going to get the Book of Boba Fett Boba, but I do want to have like this Boba and Mando doing some of the poses from like the streets of Tatooine, the kind of back-to-back blasting. And so I've got some display ideas, but I'm just incredibly excited. I have honestly been putting off getting into Hot Toys for the longest time. And it's like, they're really cool. And I don't want to get super into them because like it's a lot of money for what they are. The quality is there, but I don't know. I'm really into like the Mandoverse, the Disney Plus era, and I think it's a display that I'm going to go for. So I think I want to have a cabinet with some Hot Toys, and I know I want to get the Jabeam Obi-Wan and either the Kenobi series Vader or the Force Unleashed Vader. And just because I really love that show, that's some of my most favorite Star Wars and period, end of discussion. So I want to have just those. And then other than that, it's going to be like Mando, Ahsoka, Book of Boba Fett, maybe Skeleton Crew if the show's good. I'm excited. I don't know if anyone else here is like counting down the days, but I'm excited for it. I am going to hold off for the full-blown review to get like super into the unboxing here, but just taking an initial little peek at Mando here. He is loaded with stuff. Like, this is just the volume here is insane. I cannot believe just how much comes in this box. So you have the Boba with the throne. It looks super good. It's a great piece. Tommy at Blitz Transmissions has it, and it's on display. And thank you. I have a cat climbing into the shipping box. Ooh. So, but Tommy has that on display in his toy room, and I've been over a few times and looked at it, and it's beautiful. I just like, it's so much space, but it's interesting. It's interesting. So, and then you got Waydo into them. It's so easy to do. I know people that have dropped Black Series or have just made it their main focus at least. And it's like, man, I can't do it for everything. Because like, I mean, I look at that $300 price tag and I don't know. I maybe I'm thinking about it too formulaically, but I see a 6-inch figure and it's $25. And so in my mind, that means that a 12-inch figure should be $50. So when it's $300, it's like, and so, and I totally get it's a totally different ball game. I mean, just with the heads and the insane amount of accessories, and like I totally understand that. Of course, that's not even a logical comparison, but like my mind still wants to like make patterns, and so I'm gonna pick like favorite characters and then kind of use that as my logic going forward. But no, here, I mean, just look at that tray just of hands, and then the blasters and the whistling birds, I think, are going to be on display with mine. So, and I hope they like it. I'm really excited. I saw today they had the official Star Wars like Instagram posted something about doing a theater screening for Skeleton Crew, and I put in my application for the RSVP. I'm pretty excited for this show. I think it would be cool to go, and they give you like mini posters too. That actually might be interesting for you, Max Rebo. That's down like in the Pittsburgh area would be the screening. I can send you that link if you want it. But it's basically the same day as the premiere. But it's a couple hours before it hits Disney Plus, and they give you a free mini poster, and you get like a free soda and popcorn, and you get to watch it in the theater. That's awesome all on its own. Yeah, I'll send you that link if you're interested. But I'm pretty amped on that show. And then the 3D printer, I could make my own throne. I could. I've printed some Boba Fett thrones in the 1/12 scale before, and I gave one to Ben Taylor. I ended up painting one for my shelf, and it hasn't made its way to the shelf yet. But yeah, I've printed some thrones. They're actually really fun. You have 32 hot toys so far. My God, are you okay, sir? No, this I have a Sideshow Obi-Wan. That review went up on Monday. And then last week I reviewed my 501st clone, both of those courtesy of Skywalker Hendrix. And then there's 3 in the box, only 2 of them are mine, but let's be fair, they're all 3 going to end up being mine. So I think I'm up to 5 at this point. 4 if I really don't like the armor, but I think I'm going to really like the armor. The paint, and it's hard to tell through the tray on camera, but in person, the paint on this Mandalorian just looks nuts. I I definitely gotta spend some time reviewing him in the next day or so, and just see what I'm getting here, because like this is nuts. So no, you're not okay. So yeah, the bug bites. The bug bites. It gets you, and it bites, and you're hooked, and yeah, and it's like heroin. You just can't stop. There's no just saying, "Yep, I'm done." Like, and now the downside is like, in a year when I've bought like 15 more of these, I'm gonna be like every other Hot Toys collector, and I'm gonna be like a snobby guy with my head like 3/4 of the way up my own ass. And I'm just going to tell people all about how much better they are than Black Series, as if the 10 times price thing isn't the reason. And yeah, and like it's just going to be my whole personality. Yeah, Skywalker Hendrix popping up like right here, right now. No, I am really excited though. Yeah, I did get first one freed. So you got me thinking about that Hoth Pilot Luke you saw for $200. Yeah, that looked really good. Max Rebo was showing me on Facebook Marketplace the other day. Someone had a Hoth Rebel Pilot Luke, and that figure does look cool. It's not going to fit with any of my personal displays, but I mean, you're the pilot guy. Like, go get a Luke. So yeah, that concludes the haul. Really, I mean, it kind of just a big sideshow order is kind of like the main meal, but there was some cool 1/12 mixed in. You know, I some awesome holocoms and Brutus. I mean, come on, Brutus just looks awesome. I got some reviews that I'm working on that'll be hitting for the rest of the week. I kind of open to talking about those, but Friday is my first ever Mythic Legions review, and then tomorrow's my first ever McFarlane DC review. And so yeah, got some cool stuff coming. But Phantom Menace Dennis popping in. You're okay. It's never too late. You always got the rewind. I am kind of coming to a conclusion, though. I've been talking toys for a bit. So, got Max Rebo here. Got the whole gang, except for Tommy. Where's the rest of the Toy Hio gang at? Oh, man, Toy Hio. Tommy and I were talking a little bit earlier. Do y'all remember, to Dennis and Max Rebo, the vendor at the front who had all those hot toys super cheap, and like he had like the Return of the Jedi biker scout for like $250, and it was new in box, and like that's like insane. He had all sorts of stuff, and most of his hot toys were in that 150 to 200 range, which is already a markdown for basically anything. And I remember he had Casca Reeves and Axe Woves, and I think those were on his 150 end. And what I want to do is I do want to get basically our core Mandalorian characters. And so I'm picturing the crew that saved Grogu in season 2. So I need to get a Bo, an Axe, a Casca. Never made a Cara Dune. I wish they had. They're never going to at this point now. But yeah, so like Axe and Casca, he had them there. And if he still has them in February, my plan is to bring enough money to still have spending money in addition to buying those. So I'm going to keep an eye out and hopefully get a couple of hot toys there, because that guy's prices were insane. So keep an eye out in, I think it's early February. It's like the 10th is when Toy Hio is, or I guess I could look this up for you. But there will be a vlog for Toy Hio. So yeah, Toy Hio Toy Show is going to be. Oh, on their website, they still have October pulled up. They really need to update that. Toy Hio Toy Show on Facebook. There we go. February 8th. I was pretty close. So yeah, February 8th, I will be doing the next Toy Hio toy vlog. So that'll be fun. Ooh, Axe doesn't have an unhelmeted head. I did not know that. I mean, if I get him for the right price, it's whatever. And if I was gonna just put him on the shelf, it would be wearing the helmet. But I did not realize he did not come with that head. That I guess I'm glad I guess I'm glad at least that was, you know, notified to me now. That would have been disappointing opening that box. So I would have expected it to. That's actually weird. I wonder if he just didn't sign over likeness rights. But glad to know that otherwise they are really good. So that's that is good to hear. So, but yeah, basically this is the core of everything here, but I'm super amped. So yeah, I'm gonna start winding down. Forgot Axe. It's 33. Man, everyone say a prayer for Clone Command. He's going through it. So, but yeah. Before we wrap up, I gotta plug it. I gotta just show it off again. But just a reminder for the Toys for Tots raffle. For anyone interested, I am raffling off a couple of things that I've accumulated throughout the year. I have 3 autographs, one from Amanis Fondi on a Night Trooper, and then Cameron Monaghan on a Cal Kestis Funko, and then Junas Suetamo, he played Chewbacca for the sequels and Solo. Those are 3 separate prizes. And then I have a Micro Galaxy Squadron lot, and then an R2-D2 art and a Death Watch Mando Black Series lot. If you are interested in entering in, there's a link to that video in the description for this live stream, and then that will show you where you can go to pay in. But it's a raffle, not a giveaway. And it wraps. I'm going to be doing the drawing Saturday at noon. So like get to me like by like Friday night or really early Saturday. But it's tickets, so it's $5 a ticket, or 5 tickets for $20. And then all of the money that is raised is going to be spent on a big Toys for Tots toy haul. We're going to buy as many toys as we can and put them in the donation bin at the front of a local shop. So, and all of it will be on video. There's no concern. So keep an eye out. And if you are interested, go check out the link, and that'll show you. That video has in the description like the links to PayPal and Venmo and Cash App, or you could just DM me on Instagram if you would just like to talk directly about it. So other than that, plug aside, hopefully we get some more interest in that. Always good to get some more toys in the hands of the needy kids this time of year. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. It means a lot that y'all did. I'm going to go play with some of my new toys. And so, yeah, that's it. May the force be with each and every one of you, and I'll see you next time.